Hello everyone, it's Laura Jane. Thank you for joining me today. I'm excited to be part of the video hop at Altenew, celebrating the March 2021 Stamp, Dies, and More release. Hopefully you've got some of those goodies in your possession and looking for some ideas. Today I am using the Garden Harmony 3D embossing folder as that main focus, as well as those blending brushes. Now before we get going, I wanted to show you the latest Winter 2021 catalog from Altenew. As you can see, there's sample cards as well as the latest products from Altenew. The catalog is a great way to see all that Altenew has to offer without having to be on a device. Great to have that in your hand, kind of reminiscent of the good old days. Ah, yes, no screen time. Here are the two main products that I'm going to be using today. This is Garden Harmony. Love that dainty little vines here. Here are the new detail brushes. There are 3 different sizes. As you can see, they're numbered 10, 7, and 5. There's a slight angle to those, and just like the blending tools that were released last year, they're white so you can see what color you're using. So let's get started. This is a 110-pound cardstock white. Ran it through my machine using the proper sandwiches. There are several layers of dimension on this embossing folder. There are some that are just really pop up, and then some of them are just real subtle. This is the number 10 blending brush. I'm simply taking my ink and the frayed leaf, and I'm quickly adding color in the areas that I would like to have stand out on my card front. Ink that up just like you would the larger blending tools. Just a light touch for this first layer of color. And right here, again, I'm just going through and choosing some of the branches. Actually, the branches that pop up the most is where I'm adding the color. Next, I'm switching to a darker green. This is Firefly and the number 5. This is the smallest detail brush that I'm using to add more color to certain leaves. It's just a quick blending over the top of those. My favorite way of using the embossing folders is to actually color with a no-line color look and the artist markers. The blending brushes just simply speed up the coloring process and allows us to get to the detailed work quicker. This is the Firefly G503. I use this marker mainly to color in that stem and where the leaves attach. Just gently flicking color on. So now I've moved on to G515, which is grass fields, adding darker colors where the shadows may be. So when I'm coloring, I don't usually go for a real smooth blend. I like the look of the flicks and the scratchiness of the added color. And then finally, I took the Frayed leaf, which is G702 artist marker, and with a broad tip, went over each leaf to darken each of the little dainty leaves, intensifying that color even more. Makes that embossed image just really pop. Now, my marker here is very much in need of being re-inked, but it does the trick here. For this panel, I wanted to have a lot of greens going. So there's some darker ones that just really pop, and then there's some light, soft greens in the back, as well as some white ones. Again, quickly going over each leaf, and as you can see, it just makes each leaf stand out even more. Here I'm going back in with the number 10 blending detailed brush, adding just a little bit more of that frayed leaf. Okay, so I set that panel aside, and next I'm quickly inking up the Flowing Drops stencil, as I've gotten into the habit of matting my front panels with a stenciled piece right behind it. It's just a way for me to get to bring out my stencils, which I love so dearly, and I quickly ink up just the outer edge, because just that little bit, like 1/4 of an inch around my front panel is going to show. Isn't that so pretty? So I inked it up with the grass fields with the large blending tool. See how easy that was. And like I said, I didn't bother with the middle part because it's the edges that's going to show. I trimmed that front panel down, not 1/4 of an inch. Just love the look of just a hint of stenciling peeking out from a card front. Now I'm going to be adding the finishing touches, just a rectangle of white cardstock. And here are a couple of, let's see, these are terrific tags, a couple of the small ones, and then a little tassel that I have pretty much become addicted to. Kind of gone crazy with making these little tassels. Let me know in the comment section below if you'd like a video showing how I create those tassels using the metallic thread from Altenew. And I'm using the 2-in-1 precision glue for those little thin lines on the thank you die. I have heat embossed the thank you dies with, this is antique gold embossing powder. And I did layer that up a couple of times to make it stand out. I've got the terrific tags die cut from some of the new washi tape, which is Leafy Dreams. That is just one of my favorite ones. And then there is the finished card. I will link all of the materials that I used in the description box below. Here is my original card without all the extra tags and tassels. You can see how similar they are. Now, as a bonus, I wanted to show you what I do with my stencils in order to get a second background. So this is the stencil that I use to ink up. I hate to waste that ink, so I gave it a quick spritz of water, placed it onto another card front, pressed down, and voila, another background ready to go for another card. Thank you so much for joining me today. It was a pleasure creating with you. I hope you're encouraged to get your Altenew products out and craft your life. Make sure you leave a comment below, as there are lots of prizes to be won with this video hop at Altenew. See you next time. Bye.